Hello, and thank you for listening to this Ringside Report Network podcast today. You can find more in-depth, exclusive written content on our website at ringsidereport.net. Before I hand it off to Dave and the team, I want to remind you that we are a listener-supported creator team. On our website, we would appreciate it if you supported our sponsors or purchased our exclusive merch. Branded clothing, mugs, and even jiu-jitsu gear, which are available only in our store. You can become a recurring supporter of our content at membership.ringsidereport.net. This, along with all our podcasts, is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Amazon, iHeart, and TuneIn, wherever you get your podcasts. It would help us immensely if you left a positive review on Spotify, Apple, or Amazon. Thank you for your support and enjoy the show.
Please welcome David Simon. Good to see you again, David. Thanks for coming back.
We're previewing UFC 319, and the UFC has a new broadcasting deal. We'll break it all down for you. Coming up, it's Ringside Report MMA.
Let's go!
Yeah, let's go indeed. It's Thursday night. We're here. We're live. It's Dave and AJ tonight. Freddie is on vacation. We've been on vacation season. I was on vacation last week. We're all here. It's been a while, AJ. AJ sipping some espresso.
Yo, VIP, let's kick it.
Yo, VIP. Oh, Blue Jays are beating the Cubs. What else is new, John? Thank you for the update, I guess.
Blue Jays, man. They're rocking it, Dave.
Mm-hmm. Can't be denied anymore. Mid-August.
We can have another Canadian World Series win, man. Be nice.
I think the National League is going to win the World Series.
They could do it.
They could. Yeah, they could. They could. Milwaukee's looking really good right now. Ooh. Milwaukee's the best team in baseball. The Milwaukee Brewers. They overtook the Cubs. I think the Brewers have won 12 straight. Something crazy like that.
That many? Jesus.
Yep. They're very good.
You want to bet on the Brewers. But, those streaks come to an end, man.
Yeah, they got to lose sometime. Baseball's a game of averages.
Got to lose.
Hopefully the Yankees average out to some wins. It's been bad. It's been bad. They lost last night again.
My mother made this, man. Pure Napolitan coffee, bro.
Ooh.
I'm going to be flying tonight.
Ooh.
This is good stuff. What are you talking about, the coffee or the Blue Jays?
No, I'm talking about the coffee. I'm excited about it. I'm impressed.
Well, I'll bring you some on Saturday. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
I'm going to bring you some.
All right.
This is good stuff, dude.
I like
this is like Italian crack cocaine.
Nabbly dabbly.
Nabbly dabbly, man. Make sure that your pockets are empty when you go to Nabbly dabbly. They'll rob you blind, baby.
It's one of my favorite lines in Sopranos. AJ Soprano's like, I thought we were nabbly dabbly. He doesn't know, I thought we were nabbly dabbly. And he's like, Napoli Don. He gets all mad. All right. We'll talk about MMA, I promise.
I miss Paulie, man. He was the best.
That was Tony.
Hey?
That was
no, but AJ I'm just saying Paulie, the character, bro.
His father, Tony, in the kitchen. Anyways.
Gabagool.
Yeah, gabagool,
Want
man.
Some gabagool, Dave? You want some gabagool?
Gabagool? Who doesn't like some gabagool?
I'll bring you some gabagool on Saturday, too, bro.
I'm
going to go all the way on Saturday.
Stand by my fridge in a bathrobe and eat gabagool and pretend I'm Tony Soprano. And then I see
in a bathrobe.
Then I see some rice and I pass out. Right down. All right.
Well, first of all, let's say hi to everybody,
AJ.
man.
Things
We're
have
back.
Occurred. There are movings and shakings all over.
I told you, bro. I've been waiting all week to bring it up.
Okay, tell me what you told me that you knew about that I didn't know about, because you're the foreseer of
the
everything.
JoJo Savard of the show, man.
Yes,
Johnny knows.
What did you
Listen,
know?
I said it way back. I said pay-per-views were gonna come to an end at some point, sooner than later. That's what I said, and I stuck to it because you know what? The pay-per-view model worked really well in the 90s, the 80s, 90s, 2000s. And the UFC was able to pull it off for so long. obviously more than anybody else. But it comes to a point where, you know, you got to showcase your product, you know, on an international scale. And with that deal that they made right now, I mean, these guys are locked in. I forgot what it is that they're going to make per year, but it's in the billions. I forgot if it was like 7 billion. You tell me, Dave.
It's very easy to remember. As far as I know, it is 7.7 billion over
Jesus.
7 years.
That's a lot of gabagoo.
It's very easy to, you know, it's 777. Las Vegas. Dana White, you know, 3 sevens. They're a winner.
Smart guy, man.
7.7 billion
Always pays.
over 7 years with Paramount CBS. And this is the end of pay-per-view, at least in the United States, for the UFC. What this means for us in Canada, I'd like to talk about because I'm not sure yet.
What?
I'm not sure.
What you talking about, Willis?
Well, we'll talk about that. But as far as I think the bigger story, which is kind of the end of pay-per-views, the UFC, never in their history have they been off pay-per-view. This model changes everything for them. You can, and they're talking about, I mean, you can sign up for Paramount Plus or whatever and probably get a bunch of UFC fight nights or what, you know, what those shows. You'll get that. But the numbered events, they're saying, a lot of them, if not all of them, which the numbered events, this is the pay-per-view. Like we're having this weekend, UFC 319, Dricus versus Khamzat, middleweight title. We're going to break that down here in a minute. Big fight this weekend. But the numbered events, like the pay-per-views that you're paying $50, $60, $70 for now, those are going to be free on CBS. They're just going to be on CBS network TV.
Awesome,
Could you imagine?
man.
Like, so this changes a lot. It changes a lot as far as price point to be a UFC fan. It's gone way down, at least in the United States for now. But that, and also, is CBS really going to start a show at 10 p.m. Eastern time on their main network? Because they've got like 11 o'clock news that they would run. I mean, maybe they could drop it for the UFC, whatever, but 10 p.m.? Is that really going to be the start time still for the UFC numbered shows if they're on CBS? Because to me, like, that's not prime time for network TV. You want to do things at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. at the latest. You're not starting a show that you're trying to get ratings for at 10 p.m. Eastern time. That's, I think, a big point that no one's talking about. Is like, when's the start time going to be on this? Everybody's talking about, well, what does this mean for Dana White Contender Series, and what does this mean for, you know, the UFC and all the money, and hey, it's going to be cheaper to be a UFC fan. All that is true, but like, what about the start times? Are we going to get a break on that too? Because to me, if it's on CBS, it starts at 8 p.m., 9 at the latest.
Which makes sense.
Because 10 to 1 a.m. or 10 to 2 a.m. on CBS is super weird. They don't do shows like that.
You're right, dude, and it makes a lot of sense. And I think, you know, with this CBS deal coming in earlier, which is perfect for people like the Freddies in the world, you know,
and me.
It would,
I mean,
like,
we're all getting
and
older.
Dave, well, you're not so bad. Like, you know, I'm a night owl, so it doesn't matter. I love being up till midnight, 1 o'clock to see the fights. But overall, it kind of works out well for a lot of different markets of the world, right? So if you got the prelims starting at like 5, you know, it's great for like people like Wally in Ireland and the rest, you know, like on that side of the pond.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, if a pay-per-view could end by midnight, you know, or 11 o'clock, man, now we're talking a bigger demographic. You know, it really works out well, especially for the bars as well, too. You know, it's a win-win. Yeah. I think this is a win-win for everybody, including the fighters. Because think of the exposure.
Well, the fighters, I'm not so sure. Because,
well, exposure-wise, yes.
Exposure,
but I know where you're going to go with
this. Exposure. But what is exposure if you can't capitalize on said exposure? You can't wear your own sponsors on UFC TV at all, ever, fight week, whatever, nothing. And now you're not getting pay-per-view points because there's no pay-per-views. How are you going to get points off the pay-per-view if nobody's buying the thing because that's not how it works anymore. So how do they get their money? How are the contracts going to work? Dana White says that they have great accountants that are going to figure all that out. Yeah, that work for the UFC. How's that going to work for the fighters? So I don't know if this is a great deal for the fighters. I think this is more a great deal for the fans and for the UFC, who's going to be making $7.7 billion over the next 7 years. That's more than what the UFC was purchased for. How much was the UFC sold for? $4 billion?
At the time, yes. The highest, purchase of a sports organization in history. Dana White made like $300 million out of.
Something like
$300
that.
million out of that deal. Yeah, I mean, and he invested. What was it? I think it was $100,000 investment in 2000, with a return of like $300 million. So now that's smart business. The Fertitta brothers bought it at 1.5, I think 2 million, and got $4 billion out of it, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is where the real money is. But going back to what you said, Dave, I agree with you.
It was sold. Sorry, AJ. I got the fact. It was sold in 2016 for $4 billion. And now 9 years later, they're signing a deal for broadcast rights for 7 years for $7.7 billion. It's pretty crazy. It's almost double what the whole company was sold for 9 years ago. Big return on their investment there for TKO.
Dude, 9 years.
It was a good purchase.
Think about it.
Good purchase for WME, whatever. Yeah.
Crazy, man. It's fantastic. And you know what? Dana White cannot just walk away. Everybody thought he would be walking away, and all that kind of stuff when the original sale went through, The guy is just on top of everything.
Right.
The guy is a genius, man. Let's be honest. What other, think of anybody else as a director or a CEO or a promoter or whatnot who's greater than Dana White. Not even Don King, who was a big name back in the days of boxing that was recognized around the world. Mind you, he wasn't a very well-liked guy, but he does not even come to 1% of a Dana White, in what Dana White's done. Dana, there could be some controversy on both sides, in the way they kind of nurtured their athletes.
Sure.
Dana
White could go down as the greatest combat sports promoter of all time. He may be greater than even Vince McMahon, which is hard to beat.
I think so. But you know what? You got to give Vince McMahon a lot of credit for what he did and turn around the WWF to the WWE and all that kind of stuff. I mean, the guy is a genius. And with McMahon coming out of the WWE, you can see that, you can feel that he's gone. He's a presence, just like Dana White. But the difference with Dana White is that he's leading, he's leading the charts, man. There's,
he is now.
He's first and Vince is second, Yeah, but somebody's got to be at the top, right?
Your opinion. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure.
I'm just saying
you look at the WWE and the WWF and the accomplishments, but Dana's definitely close with, basically creating a new mainstream sport. When's the last time that happened? When's the last time it's the only time in your lifetime and my lifetime. My lifetime is impressive. Your lifetime is even more impressive because it's 100 years, right? So
what the hell are you talking about? But you got a point there. You're right.
You know what I mean? The UFC, MMA became a sport while we were alive, and now they signed a $7.7 billion broadcast deal on CBS. That's as mainstream as it gets for professional sports. Right. It's on par with the NHL, maybe not quite the NBA, but it's close to, it's
growing.
a very, it's come closer to being a main sport than any other sport that's been invented in the past 30, 40 years.
Yeah, and you got to look at the viewership too. If you look at the demographics and you look at like all other sports, and then you look at the UFC and as well the WWE, the percentage of female viewers is incredibly high. In the UFC, man, it's like it overtakes any other sport.
Yeah.
The same thing with the WWE. And that's the fact that you both have men and women fighting in the same event that's taking place. Sometimes they headline those events. And you don't obviously see that in other sports where there's a division of women basketball and men basketball and that kind of stuff. But the UFC is it's a combat sport, and some people think it's a violent sport. I mean, all sports are violent to some extent. But the difference is that with the UFC, the viewership, even on our show, man, like, we get a lot of women. And just like, I look at our stats and whatnot, like, 30% of our viewership is women, which is incredible.
I think a lot of women watch sports just kind of across the board.
They do,
now.
bro, but they don't follow it as much as the UFC.
I don't know about that. Okay, I believe you. I believe you. I want to talk about what this means for Canada, though, because like it's unclear. Because Sportsnet still technically has rights over the UFC for a couple years at least. We don't know how many years. It's not known. I was talking with an MMA journalist about this. He's based in Vancouver. And, well, I could just show you what's going on. It was on Twitter. It was a little exchange here, AJ. And I think it was interesting as far as what's going on. So this is James Lynch, who's a good MMA journalist out in BC. And he says, unless something changes, Canadian UFC fans will still have to pay for upcoming pay-per-views. This new TV deal only impacts the U.S., as TV rights deal in Canada is with Sportsnet. Now, that's true. The TV rights deal is with Sportsnet, but the pay-per-view rights deal is with whoever sells pay-per-views. And then, so I respond, are we sure Sportsnet has pay-per-view rights too? I have a hard time believing they will black out UFC numbered events on CBS. So, like, I don't think
good point, Dave,
that if UFC 324 is on CBS on a Saturday night at 8 p.m., that when I turn on my TV in Canada, it's just going to be a black screen or they're going to be playing some other TV show. I don't think that's going to happen. CBS doesn't do that. That's not going to work. So he says, yes, these are exclusive rights. That's why you can buy pay-per-views through Sportsnet in Canada or through UFC Fight Pass. But he's not aware that you could buy them from other sources in Canada. The Paramount deal's in the U.S., but you could still buy pay-per-views directly from the cable company, like Bell or Videotron. So it seems like even people in MMA media, like me and James Lynch, are kind of unclear on what this means for us completely in Canada. Like when we get our pay-per-views, we buy them directly from the cable company. We don't go through Sportsnet or the UFC. I think you can buy them on YouTube, too, the pay-per-views. So, like, there are many different sources to buy a pay-per-view. So, Sportsnet, they may have exclusive rights to what they have, which is, I don't even know, the fight nights? Like, I never watched Sportsnet to watch the UFC, I guess, because I watch the prelims usually on Fight Pass. Maybe sometimes I'm watching some of the pay-per-view prelims on Sportsnet once in a while, like a fight night. But, man, with sports, like, the fact that I'm a UFC guy, I'm watching the UFC, and I barely watch the UFC on Sportsnet tells you, like, the content that Sportsnet is getting is not the primo UFC content. It's just not. So I think that when this deal kicks in 2026 with Paramount CBS, maybe you won't be able to get like the fight nights and stuff on Paramount. That'll still be through Sportsnet. But the pay-per-views, I think, should be on mostly the ones that are on CBS, I think will be on CBS for us here in Canada too. So they'll be basically free as long as you have TV, you know? But it's still kind of up in the air what's going on with Canada, how it affects us completely, what Paramount will have in the States, Paramount Plus. I already have Paramount Plus. I'm watching the new South Park season. Excellent. Very
Really?
good. Yeah, I
Oh,
already
gotta
have
watch it.
Paramount Plus. I already have a subscription, so I was like, oh, this is great for me because this is stuff I already have. It makes the UFC so much cheaper.
But I mean,
Yeah, new South
in
Park
Europe,
season's been real good, AJ. You should watch it.
I'm gonna watch it. I'll watch it tonight, actually.
Yeah,
But I
you
was
should
gonna
watch
say,
it. You'd love it.
Yeah, everybody's there, same characters.
Yeah, your boy's in bed with Satan. Loving it. Loving it.
What?
Yeah,
Are
come
you
on, relax.
serious?
Relax, Satan.
Is there like Diddy oil involved?
Of course. It's Trump and Satan. What do you
Yeah.
think they're doing?
Hey, man, I called you. I told you Diddy would walk, man. Listen, I just want to make sure.
He's
make
still
sure.
locked up.
I heard he's walking, bud.
Wow.
He's going to be walking any minute. Maybe
heard
like
a lot of
he's probably
things
watching
that
our
are
show, and he's
crazy,
like, "Go,
so-
AJ, you're right."
Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean,
but
maybe he
I was
is.
gonna
It's
say-
possible.
I think he's walking, bud. Not that I agree with like whatever.
Yeah,
But I was going to say,
you're
out
just
in
mad
Europe,
you weren't invited. Go on.
damn. I mean, we could still get on the list if Ringside gets a little bit more popular. We got to be up at Rogan levels. But listen, out in the UK and Ireland, isn't it BT Sports that runs the UFC pay-per-views? I mean, it's free there.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you
all
can
over
watch
the
pay-per-views
place.
on BT
Yeah.
Sports.
I'm not
That's
sure
what I'm
how
saying.
that
Like, you know,
works.
well, I mean, it's like regular channels out with BT Sports, and they have another network. I can't remember. I mean, if Wally is, you know, or any of our crew out there,
I don't know. I have a
fill us
hard
in.
enough time keeping track with what's going on in Canadian TV and cable. I can't really figure out what's happening in the UK or whatever. But, you know, we'll find out. It's kind of a fluid situation. We'll find out in like 3 months when the UFC goes to Paramount CBS. I think it's a good deal for MMA fans. I don't know how great it is for the
Listen.
fighters. We'll see.
Listen, I'm going to tell
See.
you something. Next time you put out a question, like tag Dana White on it, man. Get him to like respond to you because I'm curious. I mean, what you wrote out with was it Jimmy Lynch?
Yeah.
You're right, man. You and Jimmy have a point, but tag the UFC and tag Dana White.
Sure.
Let's get some like feedback from them
Yeah.
before Ariel Helwani steals like your thunder again.
Right.
You know, it's gonna happen. You know it, and I know
Sure.
it, and Ariel knows it too.
Sure.
Oh, Johnny asked a very important question I just saw coming in.
Will AJ be at the White House event next year? I would say all signs point to no. I don't think he would get the clearance.
What?
Security would stop him immediately.
Well, we know Fred won't be getting no clearance. That's for sure.
Yeah, Fred doesn't get clearance. Did you get Fred to go to? Is Fred going to Las Vegas, or are we not going because of Fred?
Listen, man, we gotta go to Vegas, and Johnny's got to be there too, man. We got to get Johnny in Vegas.
I'm skeptical about the whole affair.
I'm
like-
ready to go, bud.
I'm like 50% willing to do it. The other 50% like thinks it's a terrible idea.
Bro, just
But
go to the
Half of me
51%.
is
All you
like,
need
yeah,
is that
maybe
1%.
we should go to Vegas. We've been talking about it for years. Maybe we should just do it.
We're gonna do it, dude. We're going to do it, man.
October.
We're gonna do it. We don't have to go crazy. We can leave a
Magomed?
Friday, Saturday,
Magomed and
Sunday.
Pereira.
Oh my God, that would be ridiculous.
Are we doing that?
That would
I
be
thought
ridiculous.
that's what we were doing. I
Man,
thought
that would be my
was the plan.
Disneyland. Screw Mickey, man. Get me like, you know, Magomed.
Like I'm not
Bro, I even have
100%
my-
opposed to it,
I
which
swear
is
to
like
God, you know, there
like
goes my
AJ. Here's the
studio
thing with
coming
me.
down.
You know me.
You know I'm
AJ.
wearing this.
You've known me
You
for
know
a
I'm wearing
while.
this on the plane.
Oh, see now you're like
wearing this
now
on
I'm
the plane.
25% down to do it. Like I'm less interested now. Like I don't like going anywhere. You know, it's hard to get me to go anywhere. The places I go are
That's
to
true.
work, to things with my children, to jiu-jitsu, and then I'm home. I don't like to go places. Once in a while, I'll go to the Bell Center for SmackDown or something. But other than that, I don't like to go places. So to get me to go all the way to Las Vegas for a UFC fight, I mean, it is kind of fun, but it is also like a schlep. And listen, I'm not big on a schlep.
I'm going to organize it. Listen, I'll do
because here's why you're not going to organize it. A, because it would be disastrous. And B, because the only way you get me to go is if you convince Fred to go too. And I know Fred won't go. There's no chance in hell Fred would go.
No, Dave, you're wrong, man.
The only way I'm going is if Fred is going. Because I don't really want to go anywhere ever. You know?
I know that. That's true, man. You know how hard it is for me to get Dave to go see his fans, like to greet his fans. I get Dave is like that celebrity when you meet him and you're like, oh, what a dick.
What?
And I'm like, no, that's Dave, man. It's not like he's snubbing you or
whatever.
No, that's
not true, AJ. I'm nice when you meet me. I just, you never meet me because I don't go out.
Persuasion. You don't like going out, but you're amazing on air. You're amazing, like, personality on media and radio and whatnot. But, yeah, we got to just, like, grease those elbows and knees, man. I think if we go to Vegas, you'll come out of the shell.
I've been. I stayed shelled up pretty big time. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it anymore.
Come on. Johnny, are you in? Johnny's in for sure.
Johnny wouldn't go. See, you can't convince Johnny or Fred or probably even me to go. I'm the one who's like more into it than Johnny or Fred, I think. And if they don't go, I'm not going. I'm not going just you and me to Vegas. That's just ridiculous. Ridiculous.
No, you got to get the whole crew, man. I mean, it's not going to be like half the team, man. It's everybody in, man.
Yeah. All or nothing. You got to do it quick, too, because the fight's coming up. It might be the next pay-per-view.
So I got to do a lot of convincing in the next weeks. Who's that little cute? Hey, cutie.
What's up?
So for everyone, that's Dave's little mini-me.
Okay. Should give you more. Go.
Fred is not on the air tonight, so for all our new listeners and whatnot, we have a third person, including Johnny North, who's on the wrestling show. So Johnny's part of the team. Fred is part of the team. He's not here tonight because he has COVID. Not COVID. He has staph. That's it. So he'll be on Saturday. What happened, Dave? What are you laughing at?
Doug Hepburn says, thanks for the heads up, AJ. I won't take it personal if I ever meet you, Dave. Like, now you got people thinking that I'm just like a dick for some reason. I'm only a dick to you, AJ, because you deserve it. I'm nice to Fred and Johnny.
Well, I gotta listen. Nah, Dave is good. Listen,
I'm nice to Fred and Johnny. Fred and Johnny like me. You and me. You
don't like Johnny too much. You don't like Johnny too much when he slams you with the Yankees. I can assure you that.
I do like him. I just think he's a jerk.
Hey, listen, man. First of all, we're all friends. We all love each other, man. We're brothers from another mother, all of us. But
except for me and my brother, man, who's on the wrestling show, we're brothers from the same mother.
Where is Uncle Ben?
He'll probably be on tomorrow for SmackDown talk. He came to SmackDown with me last Friday. Of Ringside.
Yeah, I saw. It was good.
I went with my brother and my son to SmackDown. Awesome.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about.
No, I don't want to.
Was it like?
I don't want to. I'm going to do that tomorrow with Johnny.
Why? I just want to know, was it worth it? Was the money worth it to go to that show? Yes. Okay, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was really good. Logan Paul wrestled.
I know, man. I would have loved to see that.
Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre wrestled a tag team match against John Cena and Cody Rhodes. That was the main event. That's crazy. Like, just when they announced that, I was like, what? That's a massive main event for just a SmackDown TV show. So I was very happy with it. The fact they did that was like, wow, okay. Like, the match was whatever. They didn't have a finish. It was a DQ thing. I don't care. They put the names out there in the ring, had them work. Double dose of Cena, opening promo, close the show with a match. Very good. Worth the price
Johnny
of admission.
doesn't like it.
Big time.
Johnny doesn't like it.
Well, Johnny didn't go. Johnny wasn't there. I think, seeing it in person is more fun than watching it on TV. If I was watching that on TV, I'd be like, whatever. But the fact that they put them in the ring right in front of me, I was like, ooh, cool. That's fun. And it's for my son, too. It's more for my son. It's like, oh, he gets to see this? This is cool for him. He doesn't only get to see John Cena. Like, I thought he was just going to see John Cena talk. But he got to see John Cena talk and wrestle. My son never saw John Cena before. It's the first time and the last time he's ever going to see him. And a lot of these tour stops that Cena's making, he's just talking. But in Montreal, he talked and wrestled. So my son got to see Cena in the ring doing his little moves, playing the hits. That was cool. I was happy about that, So that's what it's about for me more. It's like I want him to enjoy it, and he enjoyed it, and I thought it was cool. I was like, "Wow, big names."
But that's the magic of Montreal, like we've had so many events here, sporting events in Montreal. They've always there's always something special about performing in Montreal. No doubt about it. You've got Madison Square Garden in New York, but Montreal, man, is something, we've had everything from Roberto Duran, from way back, the Olympics, you name it, to George St. Pierre, to the Montreal Canadiens when they were actually winning. But I'm just saying, when you look at the wrestling, when you have so long ago, man, think about it. It's been a long time. But when you look at WWE and all the things that happen here.
The last time they won the cup, I was my son's age.
Is that crazy? Checking out John Cena. That's sad, dude. Johnny knows it's sad.
It's funny, man.
Angelo
They've been bad for
sad.
a long time. That's crazy. Man, if that happens to the Yankees, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. If the Yankees went on a 35-year drought or whatever, I'd be like, ah! I don't know if I can handle it. It better not happen.
The playoffs, Johnny.
It's been long enough.
But
let me tell you.
win
It better
the cup.
not happen.
We need to win the cup, Johnny. Not finishing is not good enough, man. You got to win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, playoffs and Stanley Cup finals is whatever. The Yankees went to the World Series last year. I don't care. Who cares?
Think about it.
They didn't
When
win.
was the last time? 1993, bro? Madonna was a hot singer at that time. Madonna was on top of the charts.
Yeah.
Think about it. AC/DC was still performing really, really well.
I was in the second or third grade.
Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super
Doug,
chat.
Super
Doug
chat.
Hepburn dropping a super chat saying, "Come on, peeps, more super chats." A super
Thanks,
chat to
man.
encourage super
Thanks,
chats.
Doug. Yeah, if you have any questions or whatever, man, just, do what you can. If not, don't worry, just put it general. But
Nice to
thanks,
see,
Doug. We appreciate it, man.
Nice to see Doug Hepburn in the chat. Nice to see Johnny North, of course, my good friend. Angelo Contagonis, member of the team.
Hey, another thing, Dave. Listen,
What's
if
up,
any of our
Angelo?
members
Lior
have
as
birthdays
well.
coming up, let us know.
Lior is in here. What's up, Lior? Nice to see all the members supporting over at join.ringsidereport.net. Thank you for supporting, guys. What are you saying to me, AJ?
We
We've got a
appreciate it.
watch along coming up Saturday night. You and me are going to be sitting in this room together talking about fights. Fred's going to be on his little thing there. We're going to have the whole crew.
Super chat. Super chat.
Oh,
Super
Angelo
chat.
hitting the super chat. He's like, there you go,
Angelo.
Doug. Here's the super chat.
Thanks,
That's nice.
Angelo. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you, guys.
And this is what I'm getting at. If anybody's got any special events or any news or whatever, birthdays, divorce parties, whatever it is, man, just let us know so we can shout it out. It's
Sure,
not only
we
about
do shout outs. Yeah, why not?
Super chats. We could do super shouts. Is that
Sure.
Is that super shouts?
Super smash.
Super
Will
smash?
Khamzat Chimaev super smash Dricus du Plessis this Saturday night, AJ. Will
let
he
me get my
smash
notes.
him?
Let me get my notes, sir.
You have to check your
Dave, I'm gonna
notes
tell
to
you.
give me an answer on the main event? Like you don't know?
No, you know why?
What
Because I'm
you
going to
think?
tell you why. Because these notes were done earlier in the week. Then I saw something, and the notes.
Okay, hold on. Did you see the same thing that I did that made you go, oh?
Yes.
Was it?
I don't know what it is, but it made me go, oh shit,
Was it him
And I was
picking up
like-
and spinning DC?
dude. We didn't even talk. So everybody that's listening to us right now,
Yo.
we didn't script this. We didn't talk about it. To me, Dave, I can't believe you said that. Bravo, bro. Bravo. That DC waltz,
Yo.
like in the air, was like a little rag doll. And even DC himself said that no one in his life has ever picked him up like that. And Khamzat was smiling and enjoying it. And like when I saw that, and I was talking with some people earlier today, and we were just talking about that. And I said that was enough for me to convince myself that he's going to win. And the reason why I say that, I'll give you my opinion first, Dave, is that this guy here who's able to do that means that he's physically super fit and at his peak to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Some people do like super worms like we've seen in the past and destroy their careers. But this guy was able to pick up DC. And when I saw that, I went, holy shit. This guy is ready to go. He's at the top level of fitness right now. And I was, and I saw the stare down as well. I got to give like Dricus some credit because he's got a humongous head. He's got a humongous head. But let me tell you, man, Khamzat towers him a bit, I'm sure Dricus was standing on his toes for that. But what impressed me to throw away all my notes, because I was going with the South African champ, and I threw it all away when I saw that waltz.
It
was crazy, dude.
It's crazy.
You got to show it. Can you show it?
I can't show it. It's
Why?
It's not our property, as we can't do it. But I'll tell you this. It's a crazy video. If you haven't seen it, I'll retweet it. I'll retweet the guy that
we're on your Twitter page,
it.
on the Ringside, or on the Dave Simon?
On my Dave Simon. I'll retweet the guy.
I give Ringside too, Dave. Let's not forget.
I mean, there are videos of Khamzat picking up DC, but this was something else. He picks him up.
Else. It's like
nothing. Spins him. And they're like kind of wrestling around, and they're just kind of, outside of a hotel, whatever. But he grabs him, picks him up, and spins him around with DC's legs in the air. DC is like 240 pounds. He's a big man.
I think
a
little bit more.
He might be more. He's big. Yeah. He's a former heavyweight champion of the world, Olympic wrestler. He knows how to keep his base. He didn't want Khamzat to pick him up and spin him around like that. Khamzat is fighting for the middleweight championship, not the heavyweight championship, not even the light heavyweight championship. The middleweight belt, guys. This is something else.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like, that was...
Okay,
AJ, I felt the same way when I saw that. I was like, well, Dricus, he's durable, he's tough, he's not losing fights. I know Khamzat, but we saw Khamzat kind of get tired, and the Usman fight wasn't that impressive, and the Gilbert Burns fight, he kind of gassed, and I thought, Dricus is a really big man. He's real strong. It's going to be tough for Khamzat to kind of ragdoll Dricus like that. But then I saw Khamzat spin Daniel Cormier like he was a little baby, and I thought, oh, okay.
It was.
He's coming in ready.
It was
for
like
this.
Effortless.
Yeah,
it was effortless, Dave.
It was effortless. That's the scary because part. That if it takes effort to do that, he's not doing that at that moment. Like, if it's hard for him to do, you didn't see any, there was nothing. It was just spin your, he spun him around like he was playing with him.
And the crazy thing about that is that they were fooling around, and DC kind of went into a wrestling, I guess, stance. So it wasn't like he picked him up because he was his back turned or whatnot. they were face to face, and he kind of like, arm spun him and took him and lifted him. You know what I'm saying? DC
it made me rethink
wasn't
the whole
going
fight.
up because to be nice.
It made me rethink.
It was crazy, man.
Everything. But
DC was shocked, dude.
But are we reading too much into it? Like, what was that? DC and Khamzat are buddies too. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, dude. DC was
how
shocked.
real was that?
And look, but that's the edge when it comes to betting. Like, people say, okay, what does it take to have an edge? And you know what it comes down to is just people like ourselves and our listeners that watch, like, reels and things like that all over the place. And there's those little subtle notes that come in where you're like, that's what's the plus over the other guy. Because this is a coin toss fight. But just because of that waltz dance, you know what I'm saying, that ragdoll pickup of DC, who was shocked just like we were, was enough for me to be convinced. And if that was what you thought and what I thought, and we didn't talk about it before, it says something. And that's what gives that edge. So for me, the dance is the edge.
But you've been grappling for a long time. I've been grappling for a long time, right?
I'm never going to let anybody pick me up.
We like to wrestle.
Like that.
No one's doing that, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's hard to do to another guy who's not just, like, who weighs.
Unless they give my body to him.
You could do that to a child, but to do that to a grown man like Daniel Cormier, who's not letting you pick him up and spin him, okay, DC's not going hard. It's not like competition, whatever, but he didn't want that to happen in that moment. And Khamzat's just like, ha, 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 I spin you around. It's like, it's like, I don't know if people really comprehend how crazy that was, because when I saw it, I was like, crazy. Whoa, I can't do that to basically anybody. Take like a small 100-pound, 120-pound white belt, I could maybe do that to, but even then, maybe not. You know what I mean? Like, it takes something to pick up and spin around. I've never tried it. I'm not trying to spin people around like that. My God. So,
dude, it was
it shook me. It changed everything, AJ. And now Khamzat minus 250, the favorite. Dricus plus 190, the dog. Sounds about right to me. I think what we're going to see is Khamzat going through Dricus like he's gone through the rest and putting him away in the first or second round with a submission. I think he grabs him, throws him, and chokes him, and then welcome to the Khamzat show. Then we see.
I think that pressure grappling, I mean, we know that Dricus could get up like from the ground. He's able to do it, and I think he might be able to do it at some points, maybe with Khamzat. But the thing is that Khamzat's pressure, his grappling pressure, and not only that, it's the striking of Khamzat that is, something that Dricus hasn't seen. And I think it's going to be an interesting night. And when I'm looking at, like, I have, like, in front of me, like, I have, like, predictions from a lot of fighters. And I'm sure a lot of these fighters, if they saw what we saw, they might have thought, maybe differently, especially with the waltz. So I'm going to just call out, like, Rashad Evans, he chose Khamzat for the win, and he thinks he's going to win by submission. Michael Chiesa, he's going with Duplessis. He thinks it's going to go by a fourth-round TKO.
I don't care.
Alan Juban.
AJ, I don't care.
Listen to this. Dustin Poirier
I don't
took
care.
Duplessis.
Okay. So?
I know, but there's a lot more that the fighters went towards Dricus. And I'm telling you.
And I'll tell you why. Because they go with the proven product. They go with the champion most of the time. And a lot of them are a little bit jealous of the new kid in town. And they don't like to see him shine. I think there's a little bit of that going too. But, Dricus makes sense. He's durable. Khamzat does seem to fade. How's he going to do in a 5-round fight? I think if this fight goes past the second round, we're going to see Dricus winning. But
I don't know.
I don't think this fight goes past the second round. I think we either see Khamzat tap Dricus in the first or second, or we see Dricus get a late TKO or even a decision. I think it goes one of two ways, and I think it could easily go Dricus' way. Because up until I saw the video of Khamzat spinning DC, I thought that it would go the Dricus way. I knew that there was a possibility it would go the Khamzat way, but I was feeling, and like you were too, it was going to go the Dricus way. It was going to go late. It was going to get tough. Khamzat was going to fade, and Dricus was going to put it to him. But the strength that Khamzat has, the grip, the ability, the wrestling, it's going to be hard to deal with. As big and strong as Dricus is, I don't think he's going to be big and strong enough. I think Khamzat is going to out-strength him. I think Khamzat has been working on his strength and conditioning a lot. He looks very big. And he's working with a guy who works with TJ Dillashaw, who got busted for like 3 years for PEDs and basically ran out of the sport for taking... What did he take again? It was like that stuff that cyclists do. What is that called again? You know the
what's his name?
Blood thinner, not blood thinner, something like that. Like
no, it's not a blood thinner. Yeah, something. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It wasn't.
Wasn't it Lance Armstrong
exactly,
that took it? Lance Armstrong took it, right?
Yeah. Hell. What did he do?
It's a testosterone kind of thing, but what was it?
It was EPO.
I know ELO, great band, man.
Yeah, it was EPO that he tested positive for. He was kicked out for 2 years. And TJ Dillashaw these days is looking super jacked. And that's who Khamzat is. The guy that's coaching TJ for strength and conditioning is now coaching Khamzat. So, I mean, maybe it's fine. Maybe it's not. But, we'll find out, or we won't. And then we'll just, find out in a few years.
But it's you know what? I was reading a lot and whatnot, but what it comes down to, I think Dricus is going to have a nightmare on his hands on Saturday. More than he expects. I think it's going to be a fight where Khamzat, he's moving up that ladder and, is just not just his grappling game that is going to outpace Dricus. I think in the first round it's going to be a mauling. I think he can go to distance. Everybody thinks that Khamzat can't go 5 rounds and that kind of stuff. I think that's completely untrue. And I think on Saturday night, even if it goes a distance, it's going to be a mauling by Khamzat on the ground and standing up. His striking accuracy and what he's been doing is like it's sick. And and that edge, like I said, was just that pickup. Because when you're a wrestler and able to do that to a guy like DC, it means one thing. It's going to be a different game. I mean, the way he picked up like DC was in a friendly way, but incredible. But when it comes down to Saturday night, when he picks up Dricus, he's going to be slamming him to hurt him. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be trying to break him at all levels, and that's the difference. And Khamzat is a mean guy,
man. Khamzat, we've been waiting for Khamzat for a long time.
Yep.
We've been waiting.
Yep.
We've been waiting for him to get to this point to see what he would do if he gets to this type of fight against this type of guy for a world championship. And here we are, Saturday night, Khamzat Chimaev, Dricus du Plessis, Khamzat the challenger coming in minus 250 the favorite. AJ and I both going with the favorite. Both going with Khamzat.
We only changed because of the Walt dance.
Which sounds dumb, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it. It does sound dumb, but we both felt it.
It was enough
so what the hell?
Man.
Yeah.
It was enough for me to realize. He's
the
in
rest
top
of the
shape,
card, it's
well, no, there's Aaron Pico and Lerone Murphy, man. Aaron Pico coming in, his first UFC fight.
Yeah.
Come on, man. He's interesting, that guy, man.
Is he?
Yeah.
Why?
Very skilled. Coming into the UFC. Could be another big name coming in from another organization.
He was like a highly touted wrestler who went into MMA young and...
Yep.
I don't know. He didn't...
Look, he could turn some...
He didn't make an Olympic team.
He could turn some heads on Saturday night.
He was like a good wrestler. and he's been like a
Very
decent
good wrestler.
MMA fighter, 13-4 in Bellator. I'm not overly impressed with what I've seen from Aaron Pico through his Bellator career. Lerone Murphy, 34 years old. Pico's 28, so Pico has the age advantage, but Murphy's got the experience advantage in the UFC. He's 16-0-1. He's never lost.
Well, he's on a 17-fight unbeaten streak, that's for sure.
Yeah, and he's coming in at plus 140, the underdog, and Aaron Pico making his UFC debut, minus 180, the favorite, which seems like it should be reversed, but it's not. It's an interesting fight at featherweight. If Murphy wins, he might get a title shot. I think a fight against Volkanovski is next if Murphy wins here. Or, yeah, Pico, too. If he wins, he might get a title shot. You think right off the bat, and he beats Murphy, hands him his first loss, and they give him a title shot? It seems a little quick.
That's what they were saying. And would make sense to some extent. I mean, who else?
I don't know. Yeah, there's not that many great options at featherweight right now. There's not many options, AJ.
That's the thing.
No.
I know. That's why I'm saying he might get that chance.
Yeah. I mean, it's a co-main event of a UFC pay-per-view in his first UFC fight, so they obviously have high hopes for Aaron Pico. I'm waiting for the Pico Grams joke here, AJ. It's not coming. Aaron Pico, he's...
You know what?
Taking those Pico Grams.
That went over my head. I wasn't even thinking about that, man. I was just thinking of like the Pitbull and all that coming from other organizations, and like, you know, a lot of people are riding on the fact that, you know, you're coming into UFC and it's not going to be as easy. But man, the picograms. Let's see if he has any picograms in him. We'll see Saturday night.
Let's see him peak those grams.
Talk about Pico. How's John Jones doing, man?
Fine.
Is he still ready to go? Because I heard something, and I'm not sure if it's factual, but they took Conor McGregor off the roster. Is that factual?
No, it's not true.
It's not true? Okay. All right, Johnny, I know that came in earlier, and you know what? I was listening to it too, and I'm like, it'd be crazy because he really wants to fight at the White House. So, you're sure it's not true?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he may be the main event at the White House. That's happening. 4th of July, 2026, UFC at the White House. It's actually going to happen.
Ooh, we should go to that one too. Well, we got to get invited.
Yeah, I think that's invite only for that.
I'll try to pull some strings. Dave.
Okay. So we could do parlays. I know they're asking us for
There's
parlays.
Michael Page too, man.
Michael Venom Page taking on Jared Cannonier. That's a good fight. Jeff Neal takes on Carlos Prates. And Tim Elliott taking on Kai Asakura. Asakura coming off
he's good, man.
A fight for the belt that he lost in the second round by submission. I'm going to do a little bounce back here. Man. Yeah. And you know there's a guy on this card, AJ, named...
Okay.
I don't know if I'm... Bisangur Osmanov. Okay? He's going to be fighting prelim? Eric Nolan on the prelims.
Oh, yeah.
This guy just fought...
Who is this guy?
On the Dana White Contender Series on Tuesday night. And he will be fighting on the prelims on Saturday for the UFC. That's never happened before.
Mm-hmm.
Are you with me? Are you still there?
Yeah,
hello?
I'm there, man.
Okay.
Can you hear me, man?
He got signed to the UFC on Tuesday. He fought. He won in the first round. And now he's going to fight again for the UFC officially on the pay-per-view prelim card on Saturday. Bisangur. And he's one of Khamzat's buddies. So that's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome, man.
Chechnyan.
Yeah, I saw a little bit about that, like some of the highlights and whatnot. Look, he's on the main event of the prelim, so there's a lot of hype on this kid. He's 9-0, 24 years old, you know, super young, fighting Eric Nolan at 8-3. I mean, that's a big step, bro. That's a humongous step. Think of anybody else in the UFC that has done what he's done in like such a short period of time, to go from one pretty much promotional event,
yeah,
and go right up into the big stage in less than a week. Come on.
Yeah. And it's a big fight there. It's interesting because you got that guy coming off the Contender Series, and the opponent, Eric Nolan, is the CFFC champion, I think, at welterweight. This is a welterweight fight. No, this is a middleweight fight. But this guy, Nolan, is the champion at welterweight. Ooh, that's not good. It's not good for Nolan. I think Nolan's going to lose. I got Bisangur. It's all about the story with this guy. He's going to smash. Let's do prelims and maybe include Bisangur, depending on the number. I'm going to give you a bit of a fun parlay. Should we do parlays, AJ? Are you ready?
Dave.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, bud.
I'm going to give you...
That's what she said.
What?
What, Johnny? Is Johnny, right about this?
About what?
CM Punk will be there on Saturday?
Maybe. It's in Chicago.
True. That's right. You're right. The Punk train is going to be there. You're right.
Chicago-made
Punk.
Punk.
Chicago.
Mm-hmm. We got some interesting fights here.
Great band as well.
Edson Barboza against Drakkar Klose in the opening on the Fight Pass prelims.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Do I go there? Do I go with that fight?
Look at that. Brian Battles on the early prelims as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got some names on this. It's not bad.
No, it's
all
not
right,
a bad
I'm going to go with...
I know you're going to go with Edson.
Tough bets. I don't think I'm going with Edson. I think I'm going to stay away from that fight. I'm going to go with Bisangur. Oh, my God. Minus 1,200. That sucks. That's pointless.
Wait a sec. Is there a title bout on the early prelims in the flyweight division between Albi Idris and against Joseph Morales?
No, because neither of those people are champions in the UFC. The champion is Pantoja.
So why would they put title bout on it?
I don't know. Somebody's confused with your notes. I'm going to go with MVP
it's UFC,
over Jared Cannonier. I'm going to go with... Man, it's tricky.
I like that one.
It's a tricky fight card.
Tricky.
Prates. I'm going to go with Carlos Prates over Jeff Neal. And I'm going to go with... I think that'll be... Yeah, I'll throw Bisangur on that because I think Bisangur's winning. So we're going to go 3-fight parlay. Keep it simple. It's UFC 319. Team Dave is going to go with Michael Venom Page, minus 200. Carlos Prates, minus 250. And Bisangur Susurkayev, minus 1,200. 20 will get you 45 over at Bet99. So there you go.
Nice.
That's not bad. I also
not bad for a 3-fight parlay.
If we could zoom out for a second, I also like Lerone Murphy plus 140 as a single bet. So I would go with Murphy too. I like Murphy to win that fight. I think he beats Aaron Pico. I think it's really tough to win your UFC debut, especially against an undefeated UFC fighter who's been winning in the UFC, who's on a roll. I got Murphy in that fight. I'm a little surprised Pico's the favorite. I got Murphy winning plus 140 is decent. Take it.
Mm-hmm. No, that was a hard one for me because I'm looking at Aaron Pico and what he's done and whatnot. And then I think about Pitbull coming in, and Pitbull did okay on his last fight.
Yeah, but his first fight,
the UFC his first fight wasn't so great. I mean, what people don't realize is that, the UFC is the big stage, and there's a reason why guys are there. And, they might not be ranked on the top 10, but, man, they're just as dangerous as some of the champions in other organizations. And this is, I'd like to see Aaron Pico win, but I kind of agree with you. Lerone Murphy, man, is like, he's on a long winning streak. I don't think it's a record, but it's a long winning streak, and he's fought some pretty impressive guys, and he's a beast.
Give me a parlay.
You want me to go? I'll start from the bottom up. I'm going to go with Kaya Sakura over Tim Elliott.
Okay.
Kaya impressed me, and I think he'll be back in, a shot for the title at some point.
He
it comes with
in the second round. What impressed you?
I know, dude, it happens, man, but he'll be back. A lot of hype on this kid, and there's a reason for that. Sometimes things don't go your way. We've seen that with a lot of fighters, but, he's 21-5. I think he'll be able to win over Tim Elliott. I'm going to go with MVP as well. Jared is dangerous, man. When he hits hard, but MVP, man, he's more than the hype that came into the UFC. He can back it up. I agree with you on that. I'm going to stay away from the Jeff Neal and Carlos Pratis fight because that's a toss-up, man. Like, that's a hard one. It could be either or. I'll pull away from that. Mm-hmm. I could see that fight going the distance. If you really want to bet, you could go over. But other than that, I'm going to go with Lerone Murphy. I agree with you on that. I think it's going to be a harder introduction into the UFC than he thought, going up against a guy like Lerone Murphy. But if Aaron Pico beats him, that's pretty impressive. But yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. And then I'm going to go with Khamzat. I think Khamzat, changed my mind with the dance. So that's my pick, dude. Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't want to go away from Khamzat.
The main.
I think Khamzat's going to win, but I don't know. Minus 250, I feel like Dricus has a good shot. That's a tough one.
I'm sure he has a good shot. It's a tough one.
There you go. There is the AJ parlay. It's MVP. It's Lerone Murphy. It's Kaya Sakura, and it's Khamzat. It's $20 that could get you $130. Damn, big payout on that one.
That's not bad.
That's
a nice one.
Pretty good, AJ. Pretty good, buddy. That's the Team AJ parlay.
Show me the money, man.
Show AJ the money.
Bet 99.
Michael Page, Lerone Murphy, Kaya
.com.
Sakura, and Khamzat. Borz Chimaev. And I'm sending you your parlay in the group chat, AJ, so you could send your people to do the graphics and everything that they do or whatever. All right.
Yeah, my people will get back to your people, and everybody will be happy.
Our people will discuss. All right.
Just that, the production team has to put some shorts, man, on Instagram.
Don't worry about it. We got stuff cooking. So I'll be back with AJ Saturday night to watch these fights. We'll do a watch along. And I'll be back with Johnny North tomorrow night to talk about SmackDown and Raw and AEW and all sorts of things going on in the world of professional wrestling. Is Naomi pregnant? WWE's going to Paris. There's just so much going on in the world of pro wrestling that we will tackle tomorrow night on Wrestling Uncensored. Thank you to everybody joining us on the show here tonight. And, or whenever you're watching it. Thank you for checking in. Thank you to the members. Thank you to Doug Hepburn and Angelo Contagonis for the super chats, and to Angelo and Leor and Doug and somebody else I saw. Who else did I see? All the members over at join.ringsidereport.net. All the members supporting the Ringside Report Network.
Super chat.
There's
Super
Doug
chat.
again. Thank you, Doug.
Super chat.
Thank you, Doug, for the support.
Thanks,
out in
Doug.
Kingston, Ontario. We will
Kingston
be back
rocks.
tomorrow night for some pro wrestling talk with Johnny North right here on the Ringside Report Network.
Thanks for sticking with us to the end. We would really appreciate it if you could help us spread the word. Please share this episode on whichever social media platform you use. Add a comment below and consider reviewing us on Apple Podcasts. We are an audience-supported network, so consider becoming a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. Check out our website at ringsidereport.net. Hope to see you again next time, and have a good night.